Hello and welcome to Oracle Storytelling. My name is Sarah. I am an intuitive artist that also does Oracle storytelling videos and fun different shares of my art in different ways in video. You can find my website at sarahwingintuitivearts.com. And today in this video, this is kind of a bridging of two worlds. This is currently I'm in a time zone where I'm on the cusp of heading into 2024 in the Northern Hemisphere. I know some places are already in the new year of 2024. But kind of this cusp transitional phase, or between worlds. And I'm realizing now maybe that's why I wanted to go so fairy. So I've got my lovely fairy on, and I'm just doing very pink fairy today. And this is a Brazilian emerald with like a little bit, it looks like pyrite growing on it. But I don't know, this called to me, like it felt very fairy. So for today, I'm going to show you charms that represent two different piles, and these are just piles of things to consider as you're bridging one year, the past year of experiences, into the next year, or the last novel of your life, or last chapter of your life, or whatever you can kind of sense is coming to a slow or a pause before the next flow, the next path of movement that comes in. So we have two piles, and the first pile has this Celtic knot on it, and what I see as armor. Now, whatever you see, of course, is correct. Whatever you see today in this moment, whatever these things represent, is true and true for you. So the first pile of cards, the first reading, is represented by these two charms. Okay. So if you're called to these two. And the second pile has this little flounder fish. Okay. Little flounder fish. Okay. And whatever this represents for you, it doesn't even have to be a fish to you, it can be whatever. So this would represent the second pile of cards. All right, so I'm going to start with pile number 1. Okay, so the first card comes from the Into the Lonely Woods deck. Very otherworldly creature kind of feeling, like a mix of, again, between our world, ourselves, and kind of otherworldly creatures. And the first card is, and is it lonelier at night? So but you gotta look here. So it's, it's this gentle, it's like the gentle giant, the creature that is so different, yet there's a sense of familiarity. And we have a few owls here. So this card is about inner wisdom, and it's about solitude. And I personally know that when I discovered solitude, when I discovered that for myself, it was such an enriching thing to experience and learn about myself. So solitude not meaning loneliness, but solitude meaning, and specifically this card talks about nighttime, and it talks about the kind of the mystery of the night, which is kind of like the mystery of ourselves, our inner knowing, who we are. And when we go through a period of solitude, whether it feels intentional or not, if it's the first time you've really experienced a extended period of solitude, it may not feel like you've chosen it, but it can be the most beautiful thing, because there's so much wisdom that you gain from it in terms of who you are. And when you come out of this time of solitude, you are deeply enriched. You know yourself more. It's easier for you to not just share yourself, parts of who you are, with the world and other people, but it's easier for you to be enriched by the knowledge of others and connect with others, because your awareness of self helps direct and connect you to others who would enrich you and let you learn more. Like the more you're invested in knowing yourself, the more opportunities you will be given. And I think this is so beautiful. So the first card's so interesting. You know, we have, this is kind of the tone of the deck, right? And then we have this explosion of color. So the second card is reach for your dreams. I am the creator of my own dreams and I achieve them with confidence. So what I like is, I like that this is in part kind of night and day. And I love that there's this mystery, looking within, discovering who am I. Again, whether it feels like, oh, I'm just feeling lonely. When you're alone for a long period of time, sometimes that's how you step into your first experience of solitude, and the absolute joy of time with yourself and being with yourself. How freeing and great that can be. And then we have, you know, this very opposite sky, right? So I think this is beautiful. It makes me feel like the more we are investing in time with ourselves, whatever that looks like, to learn more of who we are within, you know, the good, the bad, the everything, in words we can call it in between. When we're putting our light into the world, it's easier for us to know what the things we want to reach for are. It's easier for us to believe in ourselves because we just know more about ourselves, you know, and I think we start to crave our dreams a little deeper. And I almost feel like, you know, maybe there's the contemplation and the learning of yourself inside the mountains, like inside a little cave. And then when you've taken this time with your timeless innate self, who is just waiting and happy to be discovered by you, I feel like this is like a celebration of it. And there's just so much thankfulness and gratitude that comes out for you. Be thankful of who you are. Be thankful of, you know, just this mystery, that these parts of this mystery of self that you've learned. And I just see such deep gratitude here. You know, there's such a gratitude, and also in both, there's such a praise in the natural world. And if you're somebody who's a sensitive soul, if you resonate with, you know, hello fairies, if you resonate with being in nature, I know, speaking for myself, it can be one of the most healing, cleansing, relaxing, comforting spaces to be in. And so if you're going through times of solitude or you crave solitude, nature is, I feel like nature is just a wondrous companion for that. Okay. And then the last card is Patchouli, Purpose. So in general, I like this thread of kind of coming out, reaching for your dreams, and then you're reaching for a purpose. And a purpose could be some specific thing. It can be a goal, something you want to accomplish, but it could also be an aspect of who you are that you realize is evolving. And the next space, physical or otherwise, that you take this purpose, the self-directed purpose, people talk about, life purpose and things like that. It can be scary, but what if your purpose was to be kind, and then fill in all these ways within your life that, you're going to increase the depth of kindness in your actions in certain spaces. And maybe this investment in self, in the kindness, will inspire, these amazing dreams you reach for, dreams you have, dreams that you're inspired to create. There's also a lot of protection here. So just because you have times where you feel in deep solitude doesn't mean that you're not protected. And also this is kind of reminding me of if there's certain oils, or like an aromatherapy, or an oil diffuser, or just a certain scent. Sometimes it's the clothing we wear that, puts us in a certain space. Sometimes it's a scent. Sometimes it's an oil we wear, a perfume we wear. Sometimes it's an oil diffused in the space. Or maybe you're somebody who wants to witch it up on the stove and, cook, like cook up lemons or cook up apples and spices. And that's how you kind of infuse this sense of warmth or protected heart from that. I know there's something, just a very clever little, the Witch's Kitchen. I just want to look up because they cover so much in their books, but I wanted to read oh, and it's funny, part of the message of the patchouli is also don't give up even though you may feel your life has no meaning or direction. So sometimes when we feel a deep sense of solitude, we're really regaining our sense of self-worth. We really need to be reminded of it, because we are the ones who recognize our authenticity and worth in the world and can take action on it. Doing and being, all of it. But I always thought these little extra facts are interesting. So patchouli, King Tut had 10 gallons of patchouli oil buried with him in his tomb. The ancient Romans used it as an appetite stimulant. Napoleon obtained patchouli cashmeres from his travels in Egypt and brought them back to France. Patchouli was known as the hippie perfume in the 60s and 70s. I think it's really interesting. And maybe something is, going, whew, there. Maybe you have a past life connection in Egypt, maybe to France, maybe there are some other connections. Maybe you work with a goddess like Isis or Hathor or other Egyptian god or goddess, if one of them is calling to you. I definitely support you working with deities that support you, especially during times of solitude, to remind you that while you may feel alone and you may look around and say, I'm alone, you're never alone. And you can always call in all the love and care you need. Okay, pile number 2. Fishaboo. All right. So our first card, a time to rest a while. So, whereas this card here, I feel like, was a very external one of gratitude and reaching for your dreams in the outside world, I feel like this is really the dreams, like the dreamland that you experience at night. This is really about, one, absolutely getting the rest you need, resting yourself. I know, especially lately, I've been feeling like I cannot get enough rest. I cannot get enough rest. And this is another card that, this is the shape of the moon. So we're talking about, night and dream. And, look, definitely an aspect of solitude here, because we have like the little old-fashioned, like, little hobo sack. I feel like this little one ran away to a warm little sacred, like, secret little spot just for them, to give them comfort. And so this is really embracing rest, embracing nourishing, your body, giving it rest. But it's also about your dreams and really embracing that time when you do rest. If you are someone that does recall your dreams, what I love to do is, when I'm very groggy and my eyes aren't even open, I just use the recorder on my phone to record what I recall in my dreams. And then I give it whatever name that I'll remember it by. So it could be like banana boat slippers by front door. And that could, if that spikes back my entire, just recalls the dream, then that's the perfect name for the dream. But just a little thought there. But also, maybe this is a time when your dreams and the dream work that you do is just more important, whether you remember it all or not. Or maybe you're experiencing deeper levels of dreaming, or experiencing new scenarios in dreams, new people in dreams, new senses in dreams. So this is our first card. Okay, second card. It's just so beautiful. Okay, we have abundance. I am grateful for the abundance nature and the universe provide in my life. Oh, that's stunning. Okay, so I feel like both piles are really honoring time by yourself, but this is specifically saying, like, giving your body nourishment and rest. And I feel like in this card, this is what I'm seeing here, is you need to hydrate your body, hydrate your body, hydrate your soul, whatever that means. But really, like, yeah, get plenty of rest. And then if you're somebody who, you realize, God, when's the last time I had water? Get kind of back on a schedule into the new year of really giving your body hydration, and that can help support all the organs in your body. That's going to help so many things. And it'll also help when you are awake, it'll help you wake up. So you're a little less tired. And then this could be, again, it's reminding you to connect with the abundance of nature. It's a reminder, again, you can connect with nature, and maybe you're somebody who connects with water. Maybe specifically water is that earth element that is so powerful for you if you're able. You know, maybe this means that you you could take, if you have a bath, do whatever calls to you to kind of have like a more nourishing bath. Or perhaps if you take a shower, when you get out of the shower, doing something a little different, a little extra beyond the lotion you usually do. Maybe doing like a certain type of oil, or again, like maybe that's for this group, that's where scent comes in. Maybe it's after you bathe, you kind of adorn yourself in something, a certain oil, or just a certain scent that really helps you connect with your body. You're in the shower, you're naked, I'm guessing, and then you're putting lotion on your body. Before you clothe your body, just putting something on that really connects you to your body, really grounds you in that moment, and just bringing earth and water together, and something a little more intentional. Okay. And the last card, Sage, Purification. Okay. So since this is about rest and nourishing the body with water, all these wonderful things, I'm going to say maybe the energy in the space you're in is very stagnant. And one way you can break up stagnant energy is with smudging. I like Palo Santo. This is speaking of sage. Or maybe you like to cook with sage. Maybe sage is something you like in a tea, or sage is something you're called to, with this feeling of when we're sleeping, really we are inherently vulnerable. So maybe vulnerability, feeling extremely vulnerable, is coming up for you. So maybe working with smudging things, or if you can't deal with scents, bells, like a bell, or you can clap and hear the different, you can hear where certain areas of a space are a little cramped and dense with stuck energy, and just clapping in those areas can clear it. I always say, it's just I always mention this, if you have a bookshelf in a room, it can be, you can do a little meditation of pulling all the books out, wiping the shelf down, and then, very intentionally setting the books back. I like to set them a different order, and it just, it's almost like sticky spider web. It just pulls off the ick of any stuck energy. And I think especially since this is, I would say this is especially essential for pile number 2 in the bedroom and in the bathroom. These are places where one would hope we could all honor our bodies the most, in our bed and where we bathe and cleanse ourselves. So on that note, I am wishing everybody deep nourishment. I'm in the Northern Hemisphere. It is cold here, but connect with nature how you can. Connect with the elements that connect to you. Honor them. If you can get in nature for a short time, do a little walk. It can be a beautiful grounding experience. If you're feeling exhausted, just think about the basic ways to start with, from the ground up, of how to care for yourself. And it could be as simple as, I saw this video and I'm going to get in the shower, and then I am going to put on like this one oil or this perfume because I haven't worn it in a while, and it brings me such a sense of self, sense of something. that really grounds you and connects you to an inner part of you that you enjoy being with. This is the last video for 2023 because it's soon be 2024. And whoever's seeing this, I just wish you magical fairy blessings, green witch blessings, love from my angel heart to yours. And please always know and remember, as often as you can, that you are loved, you are worthy. And until next time.